So come to lie on your back body. Maybe you'll have an extra mat or a blanket underneath you for comfort, and of course you might also need a yoga block or a pillow for supporting your head and neck. That's really purely up to you and how your body feels. And start to allow Mother Earth to receive your weight. This is constructive rest pose, so semi-supine, knees bent, feet resting. Please don't have your heels jammed too close to the buttock bones. So sliding the feet away enough, so they're still fully resting. You've got a bit of space behind the backs of the thighs, a little breathing space at the back of the knee. And then draw the right thigh into the chest, hugging around the shin or the back of the thigh. You can stay here with your left leg bent or slide that left leg away. And rest here for a moment, drawing in more or less. Also lovely to just stir that hip, holding on to the knee or the shin or the back of the thigh. Just feeling some hip circles in both directions. This can be slow, fast or medium pace. Releasing. Coming back to semi-supine. Lifting the pelvis, just adjusting. Try and find heavy weight and even weight through the shoulder blades and the pelvis. Drawing your left thigh into the chest, sliding the right leg away. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale, settle here. Maybe draw that leg in a little deeper and or begin to create some guided hip circles. Hand is on the knee or you're hugging around your shin, guiding. Feel what happens in the back of the hip. Feel what happens in the pelvis and the low back. Guiding, guiding. And then bringing both thighs into chest. Massage around the back of the waist. So rolling left and right and then keeping knees together. Still remaining with your arms guiding the movement, finding pelvic circles in both directions. And then lift the head, neck and chest. If this is okay for you, curl the chin in, so flexing the neck, and draw the knees a little closer towards the face. Or you can, of course, pop the feet back down, lay down. As you inhale, exhale, just notice the muscles of the front core activate simply to lift the head. As the head lifts up, these muscles should start to engage. Maybe look towards your chest, your heart center, tuck the chin. It feels like a quite a mild neck stretch, and then lengthen away. Bring the feet wide as mat, please, or wider. Lay the arms, palms up. And flow the legs to the right into a lovely open leg floor twist. You've got this left and right hip falling to the side. And you're just going to let those legs fall to the right, fall to the left. They're going to flow and drop. Doesn't have to look like mine. It could be less range of motion, could be faster, could be slower. Just be mindful again of how you're responding to the breath. And then reach legs long. Maybe float the arms overhead. So full body stretch. You'll feel your back. I hope you can feel your back muscles contract and you'll feel a back bend, and you're also pulling the ribs away from the hips and pelvis. You take the arms up to sky and reach away, and of course extend through the feet and ankles, pointing, flexing, circling the ankles. Come back to semi-supine, press through the arms powerfully, really drive the arm bones into the mat and curl the pelvis, feel the back flatten, and then roll the pelvis away, arching. When you're ready, curl the pelvis, press through feet, toe knuckles, whole feet, and float into a low, a medium, or a higher pose of bridge. Just feel that you can this whole front of your body, and then peel down as best you can, articulating your spine. So no need to rush this. Roll the tailbone away, arch, roll the hips towards your chest, flatten, and then peel, pelvic curl into bridge. Breathe in and out at the top, and then releasing down. And then roll onto your side. Doesn't really matter which side, you'll be doing this on both sides. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to use it on one side. And stack your hips, hip above hip. Maybe also think about stacking your knees, but you might want to have the knees at a different angle, so explore that. And your head can lay down on the blanket or mat, or you might have a cushion here. And then draw this armpit, the top armpit to the top hip. So contracting the side body, as you might even think about lifting the head. So you're reaching the arm down and feeling a little squeeze. You can also, if you're perceptive and aware of this, bring your hip up towards that armpit. So creating a contracted side body. This can happen mildly or more strongly, as I said, especially if you lift the head and reach the arm down. And that might be a little bit too energetic for the back first thing in the morning, but see how you feel. And then let the top arm float overhead and slide the top leg away so that you find a relaxed elongation. So it's a bit like lying down a side bending. My leg has hit the wall, but you just want to press away down through the earth. Think about different angles. Reach, breathe, and then you can let that arm rest, or you can reach the arm down towards the hip again, or try and draw the hip up towards you. That can happen a little easier sometimes with the knee bent. So can you hike that hip up and slide it away? So there's a squeeze on the side body, and then there's a lengthening. Then take that top arm down, press through, and push yourself up to sitting. And if it's okay, just arrange the legs in a kind of mermaid sitting. So I'm going to keep those legs over to one side and lay the left palm down, and then re-enter that side bend. Maybe take the right hand onto the shoulder or left hand onto the shoulder, whatever side you're on, and just bring the elbow down, or as I say, the arm is down. Maybe you're resting on a cushion, and reach into those side ribs, lift the ribs up to sky, and then come back and sit. And then of course you can flow the other way. Mindful of your breathing. I think if you're able to sit in this kind of mermaid seat, so it's a bit like front leg is an external rotation, back leg is an internal rotation, or you could sweep both legs to the side, or of course you can always just sit cross-legged, or any seat that allows you to be at ease. Now finding a twist. So recenter in your seated, and exhale, turning, looking over the shoulder. Use the arms to kind of anchor the move, and turn the other way. Try not to force the range available. So remember that you're also involving the eyes, the head, the neck, and just keep repeating your twisting action, so that you can free up any stuck parts in the spine when you're rotating. And you might want to find time to bring the legs to the other direction and repeat, your side bending both ways, and then you're twisting and you're turning. But then come on to all fours. Press the earth away, stack your shoulders above the palms and wrists, and stack the knees below the hips. And then coming into the neck first, so be mindful and conscious of how your neck responds. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And just imagine you were tracing a line along the mat and then up the wall in front of you. So gaze into your fingernails and then to the top of the mat. And then maybe you go along to your skirting board. And keep the back in a table back. So keep the pelvis steady for this one. And then gradually look to the nose tip. Look up the wall a little bit. Then look again to the nose tip. Relax the eye gaze. And you might bring a little more extension into the neck. And breathing as you trace that line back again, down to the skirting board, to your floor, to your mat, to your thumbnails. Now tucking that chin, looking into the heart, breathing and coming back to neutral. Now steadiness as you find those same type of actions in the pelvis. So tailbone rolls up to the sky. Keep your head and neck relaxed, still and steady. So really feeling that lumbar curve develop and grow and spread. And then ready to roll the hips towards the nips, curling that tailbone under and just feeling that pelvis tilt and tilt both ways. Now start to integrate with the head and neck if that's available to you. So classical cow, cat moves. Flowing. Scooping belly in. Trying not to just hinge at that back waist. So really feel able to press the earth away and let those shoulder blades round up towards the sky. Significantly, kind of swimming through to the back bend. Allow that to happen a couple times more. And then when you're ready, you'll bring the elbows down and just circle the pelvis, but also involve a circular motion in your trunk and shoulders. Remember to keep breathing all the way through. And then slide hands towards knees and lift the hips. Come onto your feet, feet standing parallel and even, spreading out through the toes. And as the knees soften or bend a lot more, make sure your hands are holding legs, floor or brick or block. And then nod out the chest over. Pour and drape the chest over the legs. Standing child's pose or a kind of ragdoll roll down feel. And then hold the legs. Remember, this is kind of back care, self-care. Scoop that belly in and start to unravel. You're going to roll yourself up to stand and ease out. And you'll be in standing. Once you're in standing, just roll out the shoulders. Nice here to allow a little standing side bend. Remember, you have come to standing. You're just going to let the spine move laterally, left and right a few times. And note how you feel. Have a really nice day ahead of you. Thank you for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.